This has made a total of 44,908 sales. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where I share my Etsy print on demand experience, tips, and strategies to help you fast track your path to success. Today we have a super exciting topic, listing multiples. Multiples is where the money is at on Etsy. And what I mean by multiples is group listings. In this video, I'm going to show you some examples of group shirts that you can do, niches that you can design for, and then I'm also going to show you a how-to tutorial to get those group listings up, because I know that that process is holding a lot of you back from making a lot of money on Etsy. The cool thing about selling multiples on Etsy is you get that one new order notification and you click on it, and it could be for 5 shirts, 10 shirts, 20 shirts, and even more than that. People go to Etsy to search for group listings like this so that they can match their friends or family for trips or specific events. While listing multiples takes a little extra time up front, it is so worth it in the end. Selling multiples is a huge money maker, and I'm here to make that process for you much smoother. So let's jump into it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is some actual examples within the Etsy platform. So I'm just going to go to the search, and I'm going to search the biggest niche for group shirts, which is bachelorette shirts. Now, you may feel that this is a very oversaturated niche, which it definitely is if you are only putting, say, bride on the one shirt and tribe on the other shirts. Those are very saturated designs in this niche. You want to be strategic about this and dive deeper into the bachelorette niche, finding niches that aren't touched upon yet. So certain aesthetics, certain themes. You're going to combine the bachelorette niche with a different niche, such as Western, disco. I'm gonna show you some examples right now. So right away, it's already coming up for related searches. So you could do funny bachelorette shirts. Bachelorettes are really big in Nashville right now, so you could do shirts that have to do with Nashville. Beach bachelorette shirts are always big. That's always an evergreen. So here are some examples of the ones that people might use for the Western theme or for like a Nashville bachelorette trip. They're saying getting rowdy, getting hitched. I think that this is probably a little bit oversaturated at this point as well, but let's just continue to look. Wine bachelorette party shirts. Be really careful, because I know sayings like this are trademarked. Just always do your due diligence and use uspto.gov to make sure that the terms are not taken yet, to make sure that you are safe with what you are putting on your shirts. And I can do a whole uspto.gov video if that would be helpful for you. Just let me know in the comments, and I will make a tutorial on how to use that site to make sure that you are not infringing when you are adding listings on Etsy, because you don't want your shop to be shut down over a simple mistake like that. So we are going to come over. I'm going to use a tool called EVERBEE, and I'm going to use the product analytics here. I actually have a promo code for this. It's in my description below. There is a free version of EVERBEE, which is also in my description, that you can try out. And if you like it and want to purchase a plan, use my promotion link, which is right under it, where you will get a discount on your first 2 months. Okay, so basically all the bachelorette shirts are coming up for us here, and I'm going to come over to the monthly revenue. I want to see which ones are bringing in the most money this month. So I'm going to click that down. Okay, so 52,000. This is just for a bride sweatshirt. That's not what we're looking for. All right, so here we go. Here is 16,000, and it's wine bachelorette shirts. I'll show you the listing. This has made a total of 44,908 sales. So that gives you an idea of the money that you could be making for these bachelorette shirts. Like, that is just insane that it is sold that many times, and it's estimated to bring in over $16,000 a month. And I bet you those are low numbers, because It's October right now. I bet you in the spring, those numbers double or even triple because the bachelorette season is heavier in the springtime. So we can look back on this in the spring and see. I bet you that they double or triple by then. Another big area is family Christmas shirts. These are really big because sometimes people have a big Christmas party with, say, 20 plus people, and they all want to match for that really cool family photo that they're going to take. So you could get anywhere from like an order of 4 shirts to an order of 20 shirts. And when you get a bestseller for multiples, you are making a lot of money because that listing sells over and over again. And each time it's multiple shirts. This is bringing in 20,000 monthly. It's a bestseller right now in October. This is going to be huge for them for Q4. 148 people bought this in the last 24 hours, and it is just the most likely quotes. So you can take inspiration from this. Please do not copy these listings. Please only take inspiration, but you can make up your own most likely quotes. So theirs are like most likely to drink all the wine, most likely to drink all the whiskey. These are mostly like drinking shirts. So what are some most likely shirts that you could do that have to do with the holiday season that are different than theirs? You don't want to compete with a bestseller. If you make something that looks exactly like this, yours is not going to sell. The bestseller is already higher up in the algorithm. The snowball is already running. So this bestseller is going to continue to beat any listing that you make that's similar to this. You want to take inspiration from the bestsellers and make your own, so that you have an advantage. You know that this is in demand, the most likely shirts. People are really liking the holiday most likely shirts. So what are ones that you can make that are not on this platform yet? There's a lot of listings for most likely Christmas shirts. So I don't suggest designing most likely Christmas shirts. I think that they are pretty oversaturated, but it's just an example of how well these group listings can really do on Etsy. But I'm thinking that it's more worth your time to find another niche, Christmas niche to design in for family Christmas shirts, where you are more likely to stick out, where there's search volume, but lower competition, so that you can stand out on the Etsy platform. Here are just family shirts. I took out the Christmas in the keyword, and here are different types of family shirts using EVERBEE. Let's see, you don't want to infringe, so we're not going to look at that one. There's a lot of infringement on here. We're going to just pass through those because we don't even want to be tempted. So cousin t-shirts is a great niche to design in. You could do group shirts for Thanksgiving, group shirts for Christmas, cousin camping trips, or just vacations or road trips. Here's an example of funny cousin t-shirts. They are using tags like Thanksgiving and Christmas and family pictures. So they came up with these on their own, and they're showing all of the different options that their customers can buy. This is in 20 carts. I bet you it's a bestseller now. I bet you that this is just going to skyrocket from now until the end of the holiday season, and then probably pick up again next holiday season. So it has had almost 1,000 sales in 1 year. So it's doing really well. I think that the cousin niche is a great area to consider designing in, because it's not as big as like just like the basic family Christmas shirts. There are still people searching for them, but there's less people designing in that area. Girls trip shirts are huge in the springtime. Matching birthday shirts are big for all ages. For little kids to adults, I promise you this is a big seller. Another example that's really big in the fall, and then also again in the springtime, is matching camping shirts. If you don't want to do a full group, you can always think of mommy and me shirts. Mommy and me shirts is a super saturated niche. If you're just putting mama or mini on a shirt, that is way overdone and you're probably not going to stick out, especially if you're a new seller. So again, you want to think of different aesthetics, different trends, different niches that can be applied to the mama mini niche so that there are higher search volume, less competition, and you're able to stick out in this big, broad niche. So for example, instead of putting just mama or mini on a shirt, this example is raising a wildflower, and then the little kid shirt says wildflower. Here is a cute shirt with just a graphic. The heart is missing some puzzle pieces, and those puzzle pieces are on the kid shirts. So now that you have some examples of group shirts and you can see that they are pretty profitable, I'm going to show you how you can add group listings to your Etsy shop. But first, coffee. So the first thing you want to do is think of the type of product that you're going to list for multiples. I just showed you a bunch of examples for t-shirts, and that's mainly what I do. However, I have found success by selling mugs in multiples. I have done matching mommy and me mugs. You could also do things like matching tumblers, matching tote bags, especially if you start on a t-shirt for, say, a bachelorette party and one of your bachelorette group listings takes off. You want to take those designs and put them on tote bags, tumblers, wine glasses, on any product that you think would match that design. Because when people are shopping for bachelorette parties, they want a whole theme. They want a bunch of matching products so that they can throw together a little gift basket. They will spend money on your products if you are offering them and if they really like your design. So always keep in mind that you do not have to limit it to t-shirts. I'm going to show you on Printify some different products that you can use to add multiples to your Etsy shop. So here we are in Printify. Now, if you are not familiar with print on demand, basically what it is you make a design, you put it on a mock-up, and you list that mock-up on Etsy. When someone orders it, a printing company, which I use is Printify, will print and ship that product to my customer for me. So I am never touching a physical product. Printify does everything for me. I have been using them for a couple of years now. They offer really great quality products. Their printing is really great. I have thousands of 5-star reviews from happy customers, and I'm going to show you the main products that I use for my Etsy print on demand shops, especially when I'm listing multiples. So the t-shirts that I use when I'm listing multiples are Bella Canvas 3001, and that is this t-shirt right here. It is adult unisex, and I most of the time will use Monster Digital. I really like the color variety that they have and their pricing and their shipping speed. I also use Swift POD. They also have a really large color variety. Bella Canvas 3001, you can't go wrong with this t-shirt. It's super soft and it comes in a lot of colors. Tote bags are also big for group listings in the bachelorette niche. A lot of times for bachelorette parties, along with the matching shirts, people like to put some gifts in a bag or a basket for the people who are attending the party, and tote bags is a really great option for this. There's also a bulk discount eligible depending on how many tote bags you are ordering. The bags are really great quality. They're actually a really great size. Again, I always suggest to see if a design first takes off on t-shirts before adding it to other products, but definitely don't sleep on this. As soon as you have a group listing start to take off, put those designs on more products and they will most likely take off as well. And like I mentioned a little bit earlier, mugs is also a really great option for selling multiples in your Etsy shop. Not many people do the matching mugs, so you can stand out by adding matching mugs or matching drinkware to your Etsy shop. The great thing having Printify Premium, the prices are fairly low. Look how low this cost is for this mug. I actually use this mug and my profit margin is very high when I sell mugs thanks to Printify Premium. I actually have a link in my description below that gives you a free month of Printify Premium, so go check that out. I think it is so worth it when you get an influx of sales. The prices are low, so you're going to get a much higher profit margin. You could also consider selling matching tumblers. These are a little bit more pricey, but some people are willing to pay the price. So just keep that in mind. Maybe test it out a few times. It's very good. I actually have a water bottle from Printify and it has held up. I've had it for over a year. Let me go see if I can find it. Okay, I have it. So this is not a tumbler, but I just, it's pretty similar. It's a really nice water bottle. I don't know if they still have it on here. Let's see. It looks a little bit different now, but this is pretty similar. I absolutely love this water bottle. I just put a cute little design on it that says choose kindness. But it keeps my water cold all day. And I did not mean for this to go into an advertisement for this water bottle, but I'm just letting you know how great the quality of Printify products are. It keeps my water cold all day. And I was nervous about it being on white. I've had this for over a year and there's no like marks or scratches on it. It's really great quality. So I haven't tested their tumblers yet, but I'd imagine that it's really great quality as well. And I would pay over $20 for it for sure. Now that you have an idea of some of the products that you can use for your group listings on Etsy, we're now going to jump into the designing process. So first you would do some research on Etsy like we did earlier in this video. You would choose a niche that you're going to design in, and then you would start brainstorming some designs. So I've chosen the family niche for this, and I want to do like a nautical theme. So for like nautical birthday parties, or maybe a baby was just born, I'm going to do family matching shirts, nautical theme. And I'll show you what I mean by this in a minute. You can create these designs on platform like Canva or GoDaddy Studios, Procreate on your iPad if you're really artsy and can draw your own designs, or you can use Creative Fabrica, which I use when I don't have that much time, which is like all the time now these days. I mostly just use Creative Fabrica designs. I tweak them a little bit so that they are my own, and I plop them on a mock-up and list them in my Etsy shop. It makes the process pretty quick, especially for listing group listings, which can take a little bit more time. So we're gonna jump into my computer. I'm gonna show you Creative Fabrica. Okay, so here we are in Creative Fabrica. They offer thousands and thousands of graphics. I always suggest to tweak your designs a little bit to make them your own and to stand out amongst other Etsy sellers that might be using these same designs. And also so that you don't get tangled into any copyright issues. But as you can see, there are many, many designs, and this is just from typing teacher into the search. They also offer a bunch of fonts and crafts and SVG files. I will do another video in the future showing how you can use fonts from here. I also have a link in my description below for 10 free downloads for Creative Fabrica if you want to try it out. Okay, I want to see what types of family shirt designs that they have in here, even though I think I know my niche that I'm going to design in. I'm just curious. I'm going to type in family shirts. So you could do baseball matching shirts for the family, dinosaur matching shirts. There's many different sub niches that you could get into to stand out in the family niche. I found this matching family Captain First Mate set. I'm actually going to look up my own set and make it my own rather than using theirs. I'd like mine to be a different type of aesthetic, so I found this one instead, where I'll be able to add my own words to the graphics within Canva. All right, so I'm here in Canva. I brought in my first graphic. This one I'm going to put captain, so I'm going to add a text. add a text box and write Captain. I'm going to change my font, and I'm going to change the color of this to match. All right, so there is Captain, going to be first mate, add a text box, first mate. Change the font color. And this one, I want to stand out and be a little different. We're going to put here for the sun. And I'm thinking that this will be for like the mom. I want to do a mom, a dad, and a baby shirt. And I think that the font is too spaced here, so we're going to make that line spacing a little smaller. Center it and change the font color. Here for the sun. All right, so now I have my 3 designs for my group listing. I'm going to download these as a PNG transparent background. The next thing you need to do is make sure that you have a really great quality mock-up photo for this family listing. You can purchase a mock-up photo and use it as many times as you would like. I like to purchase my mock-up photos from Etsy. Because this group listing is for a family of 3, I'm looking for a mock-up that will align with that. Okay, I am going to purchase this one here. Okay, now I am in GoDaddy Studios. I like to use GoDaddy Studios to design often, and I also really like to do my mockups in here for some reason. So I have my mockup photo on a square canvas because Etsy is recommending that our mockup photos be square. And now I'm going to pull in my designs. Captain. Okay, so part of my design should be under this baby onesie. So what we're going to do is delete part of that design to make it look like it's behind the baby onesie. In order to do that on GoDaddy Studios, you come over to the mask. And I'm going to zoom it in a little bit more. Whoops, cancel. We want to make sure that we are erasing the design and not the mockup. All right, so now it looks like my design is underneath the baby onesie. And another thing we're going to do to the design is lower the opacity. Over here is opacity. By lowering the opacity, it makes it look like the design is faded into the t-shirt as if it was printed. When designs are printed into the t-shirt, it's going to be a little bit faded because the ink sinks into the shirt. So you want to make your mock-up photos look as realistic as possible so that the buyer is not annoyed with you when they receive their shirt and think that the ink looks faded compared to the product image. So I always lower it down between 85 and 95 to make it look realistic. So we have Captain. That actually looks a little bit crooked. Okay, so we have Captain and then first mate for the baby. I'm going to lower the opacity on this. I'm going to try to keep it the same. The opacity was 88 for this, so I also brought this to 88 here for the sun, and lower the opacity, 88. And I'm going to zoom in to make sure that it's not overlapping. All right, so now we have it. So now we are going to save our design, this time as a JPEG file. And I like to do the best quality, export. All right, so now we have our designs ready in our PNG files, and we have our mock-up photo ready to be listed on Etsy. Now, typically when I list products on Etsy, I do it through Printify first, and then I complete the listing in Etsy so that it is already synced up with Printify, so that when I get an order, it just goes right to Printify, and Printify prints and fulfills it for me. But when you're doing group listings, it's a little bit different. I suggest listing these first in Etsy, and then I will show you what I do on Printify's end. So we're going to jump into Etsy first here. All right, so here we are in my Etsy shop that I have created just to teach you guys how to navigate and scale your Etsy shops. So when we are adding a group listing, you just go to the listings tab and you are going to click add a listing. We are going to choose physical item, another company or person, a finished product, and made to order. We're going to select the production partner. I use Printify, done. Continue. All right, so you're going to first add your title in. I like to find inspiration on Etsy of other bestsellers that are selling well, and I use a lot of their titles and tags. You can also use platforms like EVERBEE to find keywords. For time purposes, I'm just going to fill in this title right now. This is why it takes me weeks to make a YouTube video. He's awake. Hi. To be continued. So I'm going to add my title here. Then I'm going to add up to 10 photos. So I'm going to bring in my main mock-up photo. Then it is important to have a sizing chart for each size, for each shirt variation that you are providing. So I always get my sizing charts from Etsy. Type in adult Bella canvas size chart and purchase a size chart that you would like. And you can use this over and over again in all of your listings. And then whatever the baby onesie is, I like to use rabbit skin. So I might say baby rabbit skins 4424 size chart. Again, I get these from Printify. The baby rabbit skins are my favorite. And you would choose a sizing chart for that, and you would add both of them in here. It's very important to provide that. So just purchase the sizing charts for the shirts that you often use, save them in a folder on your desktop, and use them over and over again in all of your listings. Let's double check the thumbnail. I'm going to bring this in a little bit. Okay, your description, the first sentence is important in regards to SEO. So you're just going to type 1 to 2 sentences that have to do with the product and jam pack it with some keywords that someone may be searching to find this specific product. If you have difficulty coming up with your description sentence like me, you can ask ChatGPT to write one for you. So I could say, I need 2 sentences about my product. It is family matching shirts, mom, dad, and baby, nautical themed, captain, first mate, and here for the sun. Please write me sentences describing this product. Copy that and paste into your description. And then you are going to add in some bullet points about your products. I use the same description over and over and over again. You can get information on these products within Printify, adult shirts, Bella Canvas 3001, baby bodysuit, rabbit skins 4424. And you're going to add in anything else that you think the customer should know. Now the category is t-shirts. Once you fill out the category, you can come back up here to variations. And I'm going to create my own, and I'm going to name it size. You want to make sure that you have the correct sizes for these shirts. So the rabbit skins goes from 0 to 3 months. And I like to put bodysuit because onesie is actually trademarked. So I just cover myself and call it a bodysuit. So 0 to 3 months, you fill this out, 6 months. I'm going to fill the rest of this out and then come back. Okay, so now I have all of my sizes in, click done. And then I'm going to add another variation, and that is the designs. So add variation, create your own, and I'm going to write design. I'm going to write captain, first mate, here for the sun. Done. Now I'm going to add my 13 tags. And then for shipping, I always offer free shipping. You can create a shop section if you would like. Family. Forgot to add the quantity and the price. And I always put $9.99 here. Publish. And here is my listing. When you click into it, this will appear. Again, highly recommend that you add in the sizing charts. Not do so for time-related purposes here, but you would add in your sizing charts as well. And if you have another mock-up maybe of actual models wearing it, it's not a must, but it is helpful to have a few mock-ups in there. So the flat lay and one of the models, and then your 2 different sizing charts, your adult size and the baby bodysuit size. Now, this is not synced up to Printify because we listed it through Etsy first. So we can go into Printify and we can add our shirts in here. All right, so here is one of the adult shirts, Bella Canvas 3001, save product. I'm going to paste the title here, and I'm going to save this as a draft. I'm not going to publish it. If I publish it, then this will only appear on my Etsy shop. The listing's already on Etsy, so no need to publish, just save as draft. Now I'm doing the same thing for the other adult shirt. Save as draft. And now since I use Swift POD for the adult shirts, I'm also going to use them for the baby bodysuit. All right, so now I'm back into the adult shirt. And for the sizes that I am offering in my store, I am going to take the SKU for the small captain. I'm going to go to manage variations and SKUs vary. Apply. Yeah, I'm going to turn off captain and here for the sun for the baby ones. And I'm going to turn off first mate for all the adult ones. And I'm going to grab my small captain SKU number and paste that here. Now I'm going to grab the medium SKU number for captain and paste that here, and find large, copy, paste. Extra large. And I'm going to do this for each variation, so to make sure that when this listing is ordered, the shirts are matched to the SKU numbers within Printify. If I leave this all blank and manually sync it, I can do that as well. But in that case, when an order comes in, it won't be synced to Printify. You will find the order within your other orders tab, and you'll see the customer name, but nothing will be synced to it. So you will have to click into it and manually create the order. If a listing takes off and you sell a lot of items that are not synced up to Printify, it's going to take a lot of your time to manually do this. So I think it's worth it to go into those listings, grab the SKUs and copy and paste them into your listing, so that when an order comes through, it's pretty passive at that point because it's already synced up for you. And then, so you would do this for all of these. I'm not going to waste your time. That would take forever. And then you click publish changes. When an order for multiples comes in, I always message my customers to let them know that their items may arrive in separate packages. Even if each size was synced up to the same print provider, sometimes with multiple orders, they tend to ship them out separately. If you let your customer know this ahead of time, it is rarely a problem. They just say thanks for the heads up. I do this because it has saved me hours of customer service. This doesn't happen every time, but it's just better safe than sorry to give them that message up front so that they are aware and they don't get concerned when their package arrives without all of the shirts in it. And that's it. That's how you list multiples on Etsy. I hope that this tutorial helped you. It was pretty lengthy. If there is something that you need clarification on, please write that down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to clarify. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more Etsy tips and tutorials to help you fast track your success on the Etsy platform. Give this video a like if this information helped you. I hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next video.